One of the biggest keys to consistently resisting temptation is having your mind made up before the temptation comes. It's probably one of the best pieces of advice my mom ever gave me. You see, if your mind isn't already made up, then it'll be pretty easy to persuade you. But if your mind is made up, then it's going to be pretty hard to divert you from that stance. So it makes sense to me that Paul would tell us in Colossians to set our minds on things that are above, not on things on this earth. You see, to set your mind on something is an intentional process. It's something you must do consciously. And if we're being honest with ourselves, a lot of times we give into peer pressure because our mind wasn't fully made up to do what God told us to do. Look, I don't care who you are, how long you've been a Christian, how long you've not been a Christian, even if you're not a Christian, temptation comes to everybody. And temptation within itself is not a bad thing. Honestly, God uses temptation to grow us and mature us. But the important thing is, what do you do once the temptation comes? Do you give in to it or do you pass the test? God promises not to give you more than you can bear, and he also always provides a way of escape. But are you looking for that way of escape? And again, what is your mind set on? Is your mind set on the things of God, or is your mind set on how hard this temptation is? Because whatever I think about the most is what becomes real to me. And I get asked about this all the time, and here's one of my biggest pieces of advice.